Morning, Steve here in Chicago with the morning grain comments. As far as the grain markets are concerned, overnight beans about unchanged, oil a little bit better, meal unchanged, corn about unchanged, and also wheat's a little bit lower. If we look at the technical side of the markets, it's interesting that China yesterday supposedly was in the U.S. bean market buying additional U.S. soybeans for the reserve. South America, Argentina's a little bit too wet, and Central Brazil's a little bit too dry. But when you look at the futures market, we're approaching the trend line level of support, and a little bit trade below where we are right now would suggest that long should liquidate their positions going into the end of the year. As far as corn is concerned, I don't think you could see a market over the last 2 weeks that's any more sideways than corn. And it's a very narrow trading range. And so some people feel that on one hand we might be building for a breakout on the upside if China comes in and buys U.S. corn, U.S. sorghum, U.S. beef, U.S. hogs. But on the other side, that if global production goes up in 2019 and U.S. acres go up in 2019, prices may need to pull back a little bit. And in the wheat market, we failed to push over resistance. We're seeing some long liquidation in the marketplace. And for wheat, we're kind of focusing on Friday's Russia meeting with its exporters to see if they limit exports to a certain amount and if any global demand shifts to the United States. We're also watching the rains in Argentina and see if that reduces wheat quality down there, and if that shifts any demand to the United States. The wheat market continues to need demand to push higher over resistance, given the fact that we're expecting normal crops next year. We'd also pulled back a little bit the last couple of days because the forecasts of Russia cold weather maybe causing winter kill problems has changed, and there's not an issue right now with good winter cover. Outside markets, we've never seen as much unknown going into the next 2 days as we've seen in today. Number one, the Fed's going to come out today. Some people feel that they are going to raise rates 0.25%. Other people say they don't really need to raise rates given the slowdown in global and especially European economies. The other thing will be the language that they put out. Will they say that they're going to slow future interest rate hikes? And will that help the stock market? Overnight, U.S. stocks are rebounding on that particular outlook. As far as the crude oil market is concerned, we're trying to find support. We really hit the crude oil market hard because of too much supply and maybe a reduced demand from China, and we'll see if that market is finding support anytime soon. At least for travelers during the holidays, gas is cheaper than it was at Thanksgiving. As far as the stock market is concerned, there was word that Congress says we will avoid a shutdown of the government this Friday. So we'll see if that happens or if the White House tries to hold out for a border wall. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.